That sense of humor is going to serve you well with your bunkmates up in Attica. Why don't you put your hands behind your back since you're under arrest for fraud?
In this video, we are not only going to show you the rare photos of Mariska Hargitay, but we are also going to tell you some little-known details about her life, including how her being the daughter of the eccentric Jane Mansfield makes her life much more complicated. Mariska Hargitay, the second daughter of Hollywood sex symbol Jane Mansfield, learned an important lesson from watching her mother, and she swore to give everything to not end up like her. She was only 3 years old when her mother died in a car crash. She was in the car as well, but she managed to survive with just a zigzag scratch on her head. Growing up without a mother was hard for Mariska, but what proved to be even more difficult was the pressure she had to face because of who her mother was. This subtle rivalry between mother and daughter has existed for decades on the lips of a few fans, and Mariska Hargitay has finally given her stance on the matter. According to her, she hated that her mother was only known as an industry sex symbol. Almost nobody celebrates Jane Mansfield as a woman who had a 160 IQ and who was very affectionate to animals, dogs especially. According to her, she doesn't plan to take away Jane Mansfield's name, as she too shares the same respect for her as an actress and a mother. She is just uncomfortable that she is sexualized so much. Mariska firmly believes that her mother has never left her after the car crash. "I always look for signs, and she's here and she's today with me," she said. Concluding her interview, Mariska revealed that she was never going to get over her mother's death. According to her, she has spent over 57 years of her life wondering how and why she met such a brutal end. Mariska paid tribute to her mother early this year by sharing a vintage photo of her on her Instagram with the caption, "Happy birthday, Mama. We live to love you more each day." After the tragic accident that took her mother's life, young Mariska and her 3 siblings went into their father, Mickey Hargitay's care, and were raised in his home, which he shared with his 3rd wife, Ellen Ciano. Mickey was the former Mr. Universe, and at age 18, Mariska had just one dream: to get the Miss Universe title just like her father. She trained in cheerleading, student government, athletics, and even theater just for this. But the closest she ever got was the Miss Beverly Hills USA. By the time she was graduating from high school, Mariska already had her own agent with several minor roles to her credit. Like her mother, she loved the camera, so she enrolled in the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television. But she never managed to get to the final year before the allure of the industry forced her to drop out of college. In 1984, she was seen in Ronnie Milsap's music video for "She Loves My Car," the first country music video to appear on MTV. Her next feature was in the horror film Ghoulies. Her first major disappointment came after she lost out on the role of Elaine Benes in the hit sitcom Seinfeld. This role would later go to American actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Mariska comforted herself with minor roles in television programs like All American Girl, Baywatch, Gabriel's Fire, and The Single Guy, among many others. And then she got the role that made her name and household name, Law and Order. The casting of the lead characters of the television drama series Law and Order was a tough decision for the judges. Mariska was tied with prominent actresses like Samantha Mathis and Rachel Aylesworth, but she was not going to lose out on this one also. She pulled off such great chemistry with Christopher Maloney that the judges rewarded them with the roles almost immediately. And that's how she went on to play Detective Olivia Benson in 1999, and for the next 25 years, in which she won an Emmy and a Golden Globe Award. At the peak of the show, Mariska was reportedly earning over $500,000 per episode with bonuses. And in 2014, Forbes ranked her second on the list of the highest-paid actresses in the world. These were all laudable achievements, but I think what brought the biggest smile to Mariska's face was when she was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her star was placed next to her mother's star, and after decades of comparison, she can boast to almost be a good enough actress like the alluring Jane Mansfield. But something happened behind the scenes of Law and Order, SVU, that could have made her live in regret instead. Many actors opt for using stunt doubles for dangerous scenes, while very few prefer doing their own stunts. Mariska, in SVU, is in the category of the latter, and she almost damaged her lungs for it. You might not have noticed, but Mariska missed out on an episode in the 10th season of SVU, and this was not because she was not in the script. In fact, it's because she was in the hospital, fighting for her life. It was supposed to be an easy stunt, and as an actress who had been doing all the dirty work for over 10 years, Mariska thought that she could handle this. According to the actress, the first time she jumped, she fell on the landing pads, but the second time, she blacked out. "I got up and felt that something inside was not quite right. At first, I thought I had the wind knocked out of me. I was angry with myself," Mariska said. But that bad episode didn't deter her from getting herself into another scare during the screening of the 2021 American superhero film, Black Widow. She suffered a broken ankle, and she refused to forgive the show's creators until they changed a few things in their script. And when it comes to relationship, Mariska proved that she was not just interested in picking up Emmys and Golden Globes. She also had her eyes on a few things and persons that were not on her script. One of them was Peter Herman, and with him, she told her own love story. They met on the set of SVU when the actor appeared as a guest star in season 3 of the show. 24 years later, they are still together with 3 children between them. In her relationship with Peter, Mariska confessed that she knew right away that he was the one for her. She described him as a distraction, as she was always nervous around him during their early days. Although they had their first date a couple of months after their first meeting, the moment when she knew that there was no going back with Herman was after an emotional church moment. Peter took her to church, and halfway into the service, Mariska confessed that she got so emotional and teary about their love. 3 years later, he was walking her down the aisle. From all the actress told People magazine, it's only right to believe all she claims her marriage to Herman is. They had been through a few strong tides, but their love for each other made it difficult for them to give up. In April 2011, 7 years after they tied the knot, the couple made headlines when they had their first mixed-race adoption. It was sudden and unexpected, but Mariska had explanations. According to her, she and her husband had been in the market for too long for international and domestic adoption, and their daughter, Amaya Josephine, was just an expression of their truest desires. From her report, baby Amaya quickly settled into her new family, welcomed by Mariska's 4-year-old son, August Miklos. Months later, Mariska and her husband adopted their 3rd child, Andrew Nicholas. It was like a miracle, and I don't use that word lightly. "I've never made a bigger decision so quickly," the actress said about this adoption. Mariska, in a recent interview, was asked how she keeps her marriage new and fresh despite her busy schedule, and the actress revealed her secret. According to her, it was just all about breaking through marriage and breaking into marriage. The ability to decide if the love was worth fighting for or not. Mariska's post-SVU days have been very quiet as the actress struggles to find a new voice. Right now, she is just relishing the best moments with her family and all that is left of her career. Mariska Hargitay, now 60 years old, still retains all the charm and glory of her youth. These days, she is slowing down in films and spending more time with family, and that is all it is about to her. The SVU star enjoys the celebrity lifestyle with her family in her lavish home in New York. She has an estimated net worth of $100 million. If you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll also enjoy the one showing on your screen right now. Click, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.